My name is Sadie, and this is my no-buy year. Cat hair. Oh, okay, I'm feeling kind of crusty because I've been wearing this foundation all day. What I did was that I put on a lot of glitter to make myself feel better. I think it's working. I'm hopping on here to film my monthly favorites. I'm about to go on a trip. It's very late at night. Everything is bananas. Usually I wake up in the morning, I get ready in a leisurely fashion, I eat a nice breakfast, I have some tea, and then I sit down and film. But tonight I'm doing a bunch of pre-filming all in a row. I've been like layering on the makeup over top of the makeup so that you guys will have something new to look at every time, because that's how much I love you. Let's talk about favorites. So my first and probably most favorite this month is the Bite Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Glacé. This was part of the Sephora birthday perk. I got it when I ordered the replacement for my cleansing oil, which I ran out of this month. And this is a color I would never have bought on my own. I don't tend to invest in what the beauty industry calls nudes very often for some reason. I feel like if I'm gonna buy a lipstick, I want it to be like a pow, bam, like something special, something exciting. And sometimes I wish I had more neutral colors or more kind of my lips but better colors. I have a few that are my go-tos and I reach for them all the time. So it was exciting to receive this gift. I almost didn't get it because I thought they might look a little bit too gray for me. I kind of looked them up and they didn't seem like my thing, a little too basic, a little too grayish. And the other one, Chai, which is the little sample size lipstick, I don't love as much, but this color has just been such a surprise. I think the thing that really floats my boat about it, the thing that really suits, is that it's slightly cool. It is almost, if not the exact color of my lips. And I am very, very, very pale, so pale that you can barely tell that I have an undertone on the warmer side. So I have a slightly golden undertone under my very, very pale skin. And then I also have red hair. So I'm kind of a warm situation, but my lips are pink. They're brownish, they're deep, they're pigmented. They're cooler in undertone than the rest of my skin. I feel like maybe the reason I haven't gotten along with nudes is because I know that I have a warm undertone, so I'm always kind of gravitating towards those peachy nudes. But in fact, a cool nude like this, an ever so slightly cool nude, it turns out it suits me so well. And I think it's partly because the contrast between the cool and the warm of my undertone is very much what I have going on naturally. That's why my lips kind of stand out against my skin, even when I'm not wearing lipstick. Does this make sense? I am supposedly trained in color theory because I went to art school, but I'm not sure I'm talking sense right now. This is all retroactive theory that I have developed because this looked so good when I put it on. It looked simultaneously really natural and really cool. And when I say cool, I mean it like cool, man. Like it looked really cool. Like that looks cool. Like that's cool. As well as being cool toned. It looks kind of effortless, chic. It looks looks ever so slightly grayish, ever so slightly just off in that chic way. And I cannot get enough of it. The first time I put it on, I was just like, oh, I'll just throw this on today. And then every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, hey, you're so cool. And I've just felt like that all month, and that's because of this little gem. So yeah, when your birthday rolls around, I highly recommend this Bite Beauty gift, or I just recommend checking out Glacé by Bite. I wonder if this same color comes in other of their formulas. Like I would like to have it in a lip liner in 2019, not this year. Because if you didn't already know, this is my no-buy year. I'm not buying any makeup this year. I I have absolutely been loving Flexitarian this month. I have just for some reason been wanting to do the most with highlighter, and it might be partly because I have been doing the least when it comes to everything else. It's been an incredibly busy month for me, like rabidly busy at work, and I've also been sick for pretty much half the month. Various maladies, but the underlying worst and longest lasting one was a bad cold. So I've been feeling really crusty, really dry, tight skin, nose running, eyes running. I have really watery eyes. 8 times out of 10 this month, when I woke up in the morning, it was hard to want to put on most of my makeup products. I just didn't want to put on eyeshadow because my eyes were running, felt like I couldn't even get into my waterline with a liner, and felt kind of unmotivated even to try to solve the situation that was happening on my sick, icky, nose runny face. But I still had to go to work. I still wanted to be out and about, and I tried to make the sort of the sickly, wan best of the situation. The strategy that I went for much of the month was to just even out my skin tone with as few products as possible, and then really go in with highlight and maybe a lip. I feel like a bold lip can make you look put together even if you feel like shit and if you secretly kind of look like shit. Basically, I've been leaning really, really heavily on a very few products. I've been leaning heavily on a strong lip. I've been leaning heavily on mascara, and I've been leaning heavily on highlight and like on skin luminosity. And I've been trying to fake hydration in my skin with a bright highlight because my skin has been dry as a bone. When I want to do the most, I reach for Flexitarian. It does the most. It is the most blinding highlight, and I'm wearing it now, and I really kind of went ham with it because I wanted you guys to be able to see how shiny it is. And so this might be too much. Is that too much? And you can probably see it on my nose. The tip of my nose is like, it's like, hello everyone. Cupid's bow, I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, you can really see it like on my cheekbones. I'll even swatch it for you. Underneath Glossier, and it's like metallic silver. I've been loving it. I've been having a Flexitarian heavy month. I've been like the Tin Man, like sick, nose running, eyes streaming, the Tin Man. Anyway, keeping with that theme, all of my beauty favorites are kind of in keeping with that theme, I think. Also in that Sephora order, I chose 100 Point Perk, this Laura Mercier Radiance primer. I don't have very many primers. I'm kind of getting down there. I'm working my way through a couple of samples, and I'm very, very close to being done with my main primer, the one that I have a full size of. That primer is more mattifying. It's like a silicone-y mattifying primer, and I had been hankering for a really glowy Radiance primer. Like, I had been wishing that I still had a sample size of the Becca backlight priming filter lying around. Something like that. Something where you put it on, you're like, whoa, and then even if you put foundation products over it, as long as they're not too full coverage, you still kind of glow through them. So I obviously couldn't buy anything like that because I'm on a no buy. And so when I saw this, when I was ordering my replacement cleansing oil from Sephora, and I saw this in the 100 Point Perks, I snatched it up, and it's a nice good sized tube. When I first tried it, I felt like my makeup sat funny on it, but I don't know what I was doing wrong that day. Maybe I just didn't give it, I think maybe I didn't give it long enough to set. You really have to give this enough time to set down. If you're moving quickly through your routine and you put this on and then you start beauty sponging any foundation or concealer on top of it, it'll like pick up and patch up. But if you give it time to really set and soak in, everything applies beautifully on top of it, and I genuinely cannot. I don't want to waste it, but I'll do it for you. You probably couldn't see that at all, and I probably did waste it. I really love how it makes my skin look, and it's also kind of tacky and it clings on to my concealer and my foundation if I choose to wear that, which I don't usually do, but if I do. And I do see the radiance throughout the day. So when I run out of all of my primers, I'm gonna have to choose if I want to get a silicone mattifying primer or if I want a radiance primer. And I think I'll probably choose a more mattifying primer because I feel like it's a more neutral canvas. You can always bring the shine back with highlighting products, but it's hard to, as a dry skinned person, I don't want to use powder to mattify because powder just always looks bad on me. I think the safer option, the more neutral option would be to repurchase a mattifying primer, but I don't know. I don't know how I'll feel. Maybe when I run out of this, I haven't used very much of it so far. I've used it most of the month, but just a tiny bit at a time, and there's still a lot left. Maybe when I run out of it, I will feel like I can't live without it, and it'll be the one I pick. Isn't the no buy year exciting? You never know what's gonna happen. So moving on. I was telling you about my kind of neutral, very no makeup situation, being sick, and how I'm sort of going for a bold lip. This is, I guess, a favorite look, is to just even out my skin tone and illuminate as best I can with highlighter. And then all I do is layer on the mascara like it's my paid job, and then pop on a super bold lip. And that's been the look that I've gone for most days this month, and I've really been enjoying that. And I just wanted to share the two lipsticks that I felt like were the most successfully wearable editorial in that context, because I enjoyed them the most. They were my favorites. So the first one is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the color Pussy Control. This may be the only thing that I've ever bought pretty much because of the name, but it's not just the name. It's like the name and the color and how well they go together. It's purple. It's a grayish purple, and I don't own anything like this. Anything. I'm not a unwearable lip collector. The most unwearable lips that I have are really bright ones. Like I'll go for a really, really bright coral or fluorescent pink. I do have a bunch of lipstick like that. I like that look a lot. But once you start to stray into like the gray, the green, the blue, I don't have anything like that except NARS Pussy Control. I'm telling you, luminous skin, layers and layers of mascara, and this baby. I will try to insert a picture. I posted a picture on Instagram of myself in this look about halfway through the month. I'll try to put it in. I don't know if I can. If I can't, go check me out on Instagram and you'll be able to see it. It's just like the 6th or 7th picture down. The other lipstick that I really enjoyed wearing in that way this month is Tom Ford Wild Ginger. This is my only Tom Ford lipstick. I got it for my birthday last year. This is an expensive lipstick. I didn't buy it for myself, is what I'm trying to tell you. Not like I wouldn't have. It's not like that isn't something I would have done last year. I just didn't. It was a gift from my parents. And look at that color. It really is an amazing formula. I've heard people saying that they love this formula all over YouTube, but I've never really understood why. I've never heard anyone explaining why it's such a good formula. I didn't understand until I owned one. The reason it's such a good formula is it's so tenacious. It's really sticky, and I don't mean it feels sticky, I mean it sticks. It sticks to the lips. It lasts a really long time. For a cream lipstick, for a classic bullet lipstick, I feel so confident putting it on that it's gonna be there and look the same. It's just really, really easy to wear. Really, it's special. It's a special lip. Anyway, that color, that sort of super bright orangey red, has also been beautiful in that capacity. The bare eyes, bold lip situation that I have been loving this month. So that does it for my makeup favorites. I wanted to mention one other thing. I have a little set of teacups that I purchased towards the end of last year. I felt like we didn't have enough of this kind of thing. We were always running out of mugs. And so I got these. They're vintage, and friends of the family, a family that my family is friends with, have had these and many, many other pieces of this China pattern in their home since I was a child. And I've always loved it. And so finally, when I was visiting with them over the holidays, I just asked what it was. I was like, what is that? What's it called? And it's Acupulco. It's a Villeroy and Bach pattern. So the China company is Villeroy and Bach, and the name of the pattern is Acupulco. And with that information, I was able to find these online. I think I got them off of eBay, and I purchased 4. So these are 2 of them, and they stack together. And I have just been, how cute is that? I have just been loving these. I love the shape, I love the size. So for my birthday, my mother sent me the matching teapot, which is really amazing because my teapot broke at the end of last year and I didn't replace it before the beginning of my no-buy year. I've only had a French press and I've been making tea in mugs. So I haven't been able to very elegantly like make tea and then use these little teacups with it because I just have a French press. I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine enough to see me through my no-buy year. I had enough things to make tea and coffee. Everything was fine. But what a pleasure to have this sweet thing. And it's just that it's perfect in every way. It pours without dripping. The lid doesn't fall off because it has these ridges. It's the right size. It's got a really open top, so my immersion blender fits into it. Sometimes I blend like bulletproof coffee stuff into my tea, coconut oil and ghee and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll blend that in. And so it's perfect. It's my perfect teapot and it matches my sweet teacups, and I just think it's adorable. It's just a fun 70s pattern, especially with the 70s having a bit of a resurgence right now in fashion. This tea set is really a joy to use. So thanks, Mom. My mom doesn't watch my videos. Okay, I have Tom Ford Wild Ginger now all over my hands and all over my pants, and I think that is my cue. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my February favorites. Please subscribe, please like this video, please hit that notification bell and leave me a comment telling me what your February favorites were. And please remember to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.